Brazil has won the World Cup more times than any other nation. They've done this by their beautiful flowing samba football, but the Brazilian style of play is supplemented by having some of the most technically gifted players the world has ever seen. Players that would turn any team into a championship contender, and players that the world admires. Here's our list of the top 10 Brazilians. Ronaldo da Silva may not be a household name for some people, but it's actually the player that invented the bicycle kick. He was nicknamed the Black Magician because he had incredible ball control and a strong shot. He scored 8 goals at the World Cup in France in 1938, and he's described by Jerry Weinstein as fast as a greyhound, as agile as a cat, and seemed not to be made of flesh and bones at all, but entirely of rubber. Da Silva scored 21 goals for Brazil from 19 games. He won the Golden Boot and Ball at the 1938 World Cup, but Brazil came third, but he's still a legendary player. Romario is one of the greatest forwards of all time. He rose from the slums of Rio de Janeiro and ended up scoring over 1,000 goals and played for 23 years. Romario played for PSV Eindhoven and Barcelona and led Brazil to the World Cup in 1994, the year in which he also lifted the FIFA World Player of the Year award. As a striker, he had extraordinary technique, and some say he basically won the World Cup for Brazil in 1994. He's Brazil's third highest goal scorer with 71 goals in 85 appearances. What a legend. Socrates, probably the most intelligent Brazil player ever. He has a medical degree and is called Dr. Socrates, but despite being an amazing footballer, he smoked 2 packs of cigarettes a day and loved to drink. What a lad. Out of 60 appearances for Brazil, he scored 22 goals and played in 2 World Cups. He played in the midfield of Zico, Falcao and Eder. He was a part of the golden generation of Brazilian footballers. He was pure class. He retired in 1989 in Brazil, but randomly came out of retirement to play 12 minutes in England's Northern Counties East Football League for Garforth Town. He was a player coach on a 1-month deal. What a legend. Few players have been as gifted with the ball as Ronaldinho. At his peak, he was a force of nature, fast, powerful, balanced like a ballerina, and played as if the ball was connected to his feet with a piece of string. He's officially retired this year, but his glory days were between 2002 and 2008. On an individual level, he won the Champions League, La Liga and Serie A. He was voted FIFA World Player of the Year twice, UEFA Club Footballer of the Year, and won the Ballon d'Or in 2005. But most importantly for our list, he won the World Cup with Brazil in 2002. He played 97 times for Brazil and scored 33 goals. What a legend. Before there was a Portuguese Ronaldo, there was a fellow Real Madrid star, the lethal Brazilian forward nicknamed Phenomenon, the Brazilian Ronaldo. Ronaldo is one of 2 players to have been twice the most expensive player ever, the other is Maradona. In his prime, Ronaldo was fast, agile, excellent at feints, and had a ridiculously strong shot with excellent finishing. Ronaldo played for Brazil 98 times, scoring 62 goals. He won the World Cup twice and may have won a 3rd one if it hadn't been for some convulsive fits he had hours before the France 98 World Cup final. He still managed to be awarded Player of the Tournament and went on to be one of the all-time top scorers at the World Cup. He won the Ballon d'Or twice and the FIFA World Player 3 times. He's one of the greatest players of all time, even with a career hampered by injuries. Zico, nicknamed the Rooster due to his quiff hair, or also nicknamed the White Pele due to, well, you can work that out yourself. Zico was an attacking midfielder. He was considered one of the best passers, playmakers and free kick takers the world has ever seen. He had a unique free kick technique where he used to raise his knee to a high angle, which meant he could score free kicks from a close range as the ball always went high over the wall. Zico was also a great leader and had outstanding work ethic. The blemish on Zico's stellar career is that despite playing in the magical 1982 Brazil national team, he, alongside the rest of the squad, didn't manage to win the World Cup. However, he did score 48 goals and 71 appearances for Brazil. Still a legend. Jesus, born on Christmas Day, and he was truly a gift to Brazilian football. He was a quick and skillful winger who had an incredible, consistent and accurate eye for the goal, even though he was supposed to be the player to replace the legendary Garrincha, but he went on to make his own mark on Brazilian football. Jesus was nicknamed the Hurricane because he scored in every single match during the 1970 World Cup that Brazil won. He's the only player to ever do that. He was also ranked number 27 ahead of France's Zinedine Zidane in the World Soccer magazine's list of 100 greatest players of the 20th century. Jesus scored 33 goals and 81 appearances for Brazil, making him a true legend. Garrincha is regarded by many to be one of the best dribblers ever. When Pele was injured during the 1962 tournament, it was Garrincha that had to step up scoring goals, and he received the Golden Ball for Player of the Tournament and the Golden Boot for the leading goal scorer. Bad luck for him is that he played in the same era as Pele. Turns out he was actually probably responsible for a lot of Pele's goals simply because he made space for him by his amazing dribbling and his ability to get assists. Brazil actually never lost a game when Pele and Garrincha played together. Garrincha won the World Cup twice and scored 12 goals in 50 appearances for Brazil. For 99% of the world's footballing nations, Nuno Santos will be considered one of, if not the best player ever. But a player has to be pretty damn good to make the list of best Brazilians as a defender, even at number 2. But if Benjamin Mendy is worth 52 million now, then Nuno Santos will be worth 200 million in today's money. Nuno Santos was a left back and a revolutionary in his position because he was the archetype of the attacking fullback. His transition from attack to defence was breathtaking, something considered truly revolutionary at the time. He was called the encyclopedia because he had a vast footballing knowledge. Fun fact, he only played for one domestic football team his whole life, Botafogo. But he played in 3 World Cups and won the 1958 and 1962 tournament. He played 75 times for Brazil and scored 3 goals. He was also the man who knew talent when he seen it because he asked his coach to make sure that Garrincha was in the national team. What a legend. Pele, considered the greatest player ever by most people, doesn't need an introduction. He won the World Cup 3 times for Brazil. During his career, he scored 1,281 goals out of 1,363 games. In 1999, he was voted Player of the Century. He was also elected Athlete of the Century by the International Olympic Committee. At one time, he was the best paid athlete in the world. He started playing for Brazil when he was 16 and went on to become a legend. He's Brazil's all-time goal scorer with 77 goals from 92 games. However, Pele didn't just score tap-ins, he scored spectacular goals that live on in film as living memory to his skill, brilliance and clinical finishing in front of goal. Fun fact, Pele has been attributed with connecting the phrase "the beautiful game" with football. However, he wasn't a doctor, he was a humanitarian. He's been outspoken in his support for policies that improve the social condition of the poor. And despite his reign as the world's best player in football being decades ago, most true football fans know the great name of Pele. If Neymar is worth 200 million, Pele is priceless. Well, that's been our list of the top 10 Brazilians. Let us know in the comment section who you think should have made our list, and make sure you check out our other World Cup videos. Thanks for watching. I've been Antoine Allen. Peace.